Byron Donalds is getting grilled and roasted because over the weekend, he attended a pro-Israel event and he shared this information on X, and it did not go the way that he wanted it to go. You can see this here. We are a nation that stands for the freedom, liberty, and opportunity of all Americans. Anti-Semitism will not be tolerated in the Sunshine State or anywhere across America. End of story. Now, let me show you the pictures so you can see what this was. This is the Israel Allies Foundation. And I already know some of the people in the chat, you already know where I'm about to take this. So hold on, because I'm going to tell you about Byron. Here's another picture here. Again, there he is for the Israel Allies Foundation. Anything when it comes to Israel. A whole table of black people right here. All so much brainwashing happening. We really gotta do something about this. So some people are wondering, what's the big deal? So first, let's look at some of the comments. So I posted this because I just, that's Byron Donalds for me. And I'm going to show you why. We can see a couple other comments here. Land of Oz said foreign agent alert, warning, foreign agent alerts. This guy said, I strongly oppose anti-Semitism, but I also believe in the First Amendment. How do you propose on stopping anti-Semitism in Florida without attacking free speech? Kingston said, when will you talk about affordability? APAC Shakur. So apparently he's APAC Shakur now. Someone shared here, free speech, and posted the track APAC here. He's getting ratioed in the comments, long story short. And they're showing Thomas Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene 0. And of course, all the puppets along with Byron Donalds, who also is taking money from APAC. So here's the thing. Byron Donalds apparently is interested in becoming governor of Florida. He's a kiss-ass politician. This guy just moves with the wind. I don't even really know who Byron Donalds is. He keeps changing, and he's changed over the years. So people need to ask that question. But here's my problem, Byron. While you stand there and you advocate for what Israel needs, because again, this is the Israel Allies Federation, you can support all these things that Israel needs. You'll step out in the front lines for them and fight for them. But let me let you hear what Byron Donalds said when he was questioned about reparations for descendants of slavery. Let's go ahead and bring it in. I told you guys before that there are spoons in Congress. Spoons. So listen to what he said here. There's a couple of videos. This one, when he was questioned about
Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, in her view about what would be fair going forward. Watch.
I don't remember which celebrity, but it was actually a celebrity. And I was like, I don't know that that's not necessarily a bad idea. One of the things that they propose is black folk not have to pay taxes. Not only do you owe for the labor that was stolen and killed and all the other things, right? But the fact is, like, we end up being so far behind. But to think that America doesn't owe the descendants of slaves is an error.
Congressman, this would be a new way of kind of formulating an old idea, which would be reparations.
Well, first of all, that's not reparations. Okay, so Lauren, whoever you are, Laura Ingram, you can fall all the way back because that's not even what reparations means. So pipe that down for one. Two, to Jasmine Crockett, for you even to suggest that as reparations, that tell me you don't really know the history either. Or you do know, or you pretending not to know and just trying to lean in some way, shape, or form. Okay, I see two phonies. Listen to what Byron Donalds says to Laura.
It's a bad idea. It doesn't work. How are you going to delineate who gets money and who does not? Or in Jasmine's perspective, who pay taxes and who does not? That's
pause. Forget the taxes part. Whenever it comes to giving something or doing something that is owed to descendants of slavery in this country. Byron Donalds comes out against it. He has done this multiple times. You know why? Because it does not include him. That's why he comes out against it. But at the same time, Byron Donalds can go out here and advocate for and fight for and shill out for what needs to be given to Israel, what we should do for them, what we should do for the Israelis. But when it comes to Black people in this country, he is not in. This is what I mean when I say we have spoons in Congress. He says that reparations does not work. It seemed to work for Jewish people. Do you say it don't work for them, Byron? No, of course not. He's like, you got to figure out who's a part of which lineage. There's something called a census. I know where I come from. Byron knows where he comes from. But he wants you to believe that this is not doable. He's a spoon. For those who are not aware, what I mean by spoon, the word that I want to say, we cannot say on here, but it rhymes with spoon. So that's Byron Donalds. You ain't got to agree with Jasmine Crockett or not. It don't matter. The point that is being made here is how he is willing to break his back and bend over for Israel and for what they need for their people. But when it comes to Black people, nah, I'm all out, bud. No, can't do that. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. And this is how you end up with Black people perpetuating white supremacy. And they sit up there and look you right in the face and tell you, you have representation.
A major problem right there. But at the end of the day, what you really want is an economic system with whether you're Black, Hispanic, white, doesn't matter. You have an ability to build generational wealth so you can pass that on to your kids.
Does Byron Donald, when he goes to these events, these pro-Israel events, does he tell them this same thing? Does he say to them, no, we're not going to advocate just for your group. What we really need to do is we need to come up with a system that benefits everybody. Does he say that to them? No, he doesn't, or he wouldn't be there. That's the point. That wasn't the only time. I'll show you another time. He was at this event in Georgia. Let me bring this up. This is why Byron Donalds, this guy said this is why Byron Donalds should be VP. The guy handles himself well against anyone, right? Whatever. Listen to what Byron Donalds says to this guy who stands up at this event here in Georgia. So this was a Black event that Byron was a part of. And when this guy brings up reparations, I want you to hear what Byron Donalds says.
And Trump. Dr. King said at the tail end of his life, he said, we're going to Washington to get our check. You understand? So now, what is your position on reparations?
Thank you. Great question. Thank you. We can all be quiet and let them answer. Thank you.
So Byron Donalds is up here on this stage with a couple of other peeps. So listen to this.
I'll be direct. First of all, I'll be direct with you. We don't want to hear the Jim Crow stuff. Listen, I'll be direct with you. I don't believe in reparations. I don't.
For who? Because see, here's the thing. Would Byron Donalds stand up in front of a room at one of these events for Israel allies or for Jewish Americans in this country? Would he stand up at one of these events and tell them that he doesn't believe in reparations? No, he's just against it for us. And that's the problem that I have. That's what I'm saying about being inconsistent. He's not consistent about it. Let me let him finish.
Well, then you don't believe in the Black community. That's
That's
I will tell you, brother, in the hat with the glasses on, that's not true. What I will tell you is that there's a question if you're going to get into the full economics of reparations right now. Question number one, of all black people in the country, how many of them are actually descendants of slaves? Because you've had a lot of immigration over the last 100 years in America.
Pause. Can't we say similar things about the Jewish American community as well? Can't we say similar things? So do you see how when it comes to us, it's all this, I don't know, like gymnastics that is done to say no. This is why I take issue. My thing is like, if you stand principled and you consistent with this, I'll still disagree with you, but I'm not going to clown you the way I'm clowning Byron Donalds. I'm clowning Byron Donalds because he would not say this to the other group that he advocates for. That's why I'm clowning him. And could you imagine what would happen if Byron Donalds said that to them? Oh, honey, the outrage. People need to start pushing, and not just black people, everybody need to start checking people on this. Start asking people, oh, were you against this for the Chinese, the Japanese Americans that were part of the internment camps? Because they were given reparations and it was given to their descendants under Ronald Reagan. Were you against the reparations that have been given to people who were survivors of the Holocaust? Because here's the thing with me, I'm not against any of that. When there's a harm, I think, yeah, you should pay the repair. And for people who will say, well, it was Germany that paid the repair. Honey, Columbia University just implemented reparations because they had staff members that were frightened or said that they were emotionally harmed by the pro-Palestinian protests on campus. That just happened. So as I said before, it's only when it comes to us.
American slavery. There was slavery in the Caribbean. The one brother came up, he said that he's first generation of the brother in the Kango because his parents came from Jamaica. My grandmother is from Jamaica. So my grandmother's Jamaican. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So there you go. And that's why he's against it. He's against it because it wouldn't benefit him. Okay. But you are out here advocating for Israel and for the Israelis and for that to be a safe place for Jewish people in the world. Those benefits aren't given to you either. So this is how you know that the paid puppets, guys, the paid puppets. There's no reason why. And anybody, I tell you, please do not go support and vote for these people who say they are there and they represent you, but you see they do not even put the community first. He is putting Israel, the Jewish American community first, above you, before you. He would never tell them that they can't have reparations. I bet you he would never even sit up there and tell Columbia University, it's not right for you to give out that money to them, but let one of these universities give out money to one of us. A spoon. This guy at one point was a Democrat. He'd have been all over the place. Was a Democrat, switched up on things to see if he could get into politics. He just kind of moved any kind of way so that he can get his space, his foot in the door of politics and make money. I consider Byron Donalds to just basically be a con artist. That's what I think he is.
My mother was born in the United States. I'm born in the United States. So this is a fundamental question. You a black man, I'm a black man. Am I eligible for reparations right now? I would say the answer is no, I'm not. Because my family is from Jamaica. My father's Panamanian. His grandparents were born in Panama. My father immigrated to the United States.
So then you would go to Jamaica and you would work with the claim that they have there, which they have been advocating for as well, to get reparations from the UK. I don't understand why this is so difficult for people to understand. So because he's not eligible, he doesn't think it should happen. Spoon mentality.
Does that make me eligible? So you got to go through all of that. That's step one. Step number two, slavery under federal law was ended in 1865. The Jim Crow era ended, obviously, with the 64 Civil Rights Act, the 65 Voting Rights, etc. The fundamental question is, you've now had 3 generations of black people come up in the United States. As a black kid today, does he get reparations? Third question. Hold on now. Third question. You got a lot of other people in the United States. Asians, are they responsible for the cost of the slave trade? No, because they're of Asian descent. People of Indian descent. People who are Hispanic in the United States, the largest growing population in the United States. And of course, the dominant population is still the white population.
So here he is bringing up all these other groups. But when he speaks at these events, these pro-Israel events, he is not bringing up other groups. They are talking about what they want and what is best for their community. But every time we bring us up, it's all these other groups of people. And that is the problem that I have. I think, of course, absolutely. Should Jamaica get reparations for slavery from the UK? Absolutely. Which I believe they told this to Prince William's face. Absolutely. But do you see how he twists himself into this pretzel to bring up all these other groups as to explain why it should not happen for descendants of slavery here? But you'll never see him do this when it comes to fighting for Israel and for Jewish Americans in this country. And that's the problem that I have. You will never see him. Let me go ahead and show you this one here, because here's another one. People remember, James shared this. Byron Donalds said, we need to take care of Israel immediately. No AIPAC Shakur, we need to take care of Americans immediately. So here was Byron Donalds. We need to take care of Israel immediately. And if Biden and Schumer block this aid again, then that's on them. Biden has a decision to make. What's more important? You see, none of these no pretzel twisting when it comes to Israel. Here's another one here. Listen to him here.
Allies like Israel, our greatest ally in the Middle East. We should always stand with them. We must always stand with them. And that's what an America First foreign policy means.
Support for Israel is what matters right now.
There is no question and there's no doubt with me. The people who hate Israel, they hate America too.
So that was him also at the Republican Jewish Coalition. Again, would he ever stand up there and tell them, I'm sorry, but yeah, it don't benefit me, so I don't support this. Oh, I'm sorry. Also in America, we have Asians, Latinos, white people. We have all these other groups, and none of those groups, you can't say all of those people contributed to what happened in the Holocaust. The Holocaust happened, Germany assumed responsibility for that, as they should have. But you would never hear him twist himself like that in front of a pro-Israel event. And that's my problem. So whether you agree with reparations or not, my thing is the consistency is important for me. So you got all this energy, Byron, to fight for another group of people who continues to be very racist towards other groups of people that are not like them. Let's not forget Chris Smalls was beaten and choked when he was taken hostage by Israel. Let's not forget the racial slurs that they called him. Let's not forget most of the people who are in those prisons are Palestinian or Ethiopian. And for whatever reason, Chris Smalls explained Filipinos. I don't know who this guy is. Okay. Byron be out there all over the damn place. Like I said, it was revealed at one point he was a Democrat, and then he decided to switch over to the red team because he wanted to have a political career. I don't even think Byron Donalds believes what he says or what he even ran on. I think he's an opportunist, and I think he's a con. At the end of the day, This is what we have. At the end of the day, we have someone saying this. He even flip-flopped on immigration. Who is this guy?
Modernize a lot of these different visa programs. Do all that work. Do it, get it done. And I think the American people, whether you're liberal or conservative, will say, okay, now that our immigration system is sound and modernized and we've secured our country, now let's take a look at the people who are here illegally. And I think the American people, we're great people. We are good people. We're a beneficent people. And with those people who are here working hard, doing those things that they should be doing is just as good neighbors and good people, we would make them and put them on this pathway to citizenship. But I think the pathway to actually fixing immigration in our country is possible, but we have to have honest conversations with ourselves. We got to have honest brokers, frankly, on both sides of the aisle, because we can come to a solution that actually respects citizenship in our country and actually creates a stable legal immigration process in our country.
This guy flip-flops so much. He was cheering on people getting kicked out. He was cheering on the mass deportations. Who are you? I don't know if he's Steve or Stefan. And for the younger people, if you never saw the show Family Matters, watch Family Matters. Is this Steve Urkel or is this Stefan? We don't even know who you are. But it's all out there in plain sight because this is who Byron Donalds really is. This is him. All in all, this is Byron Donalds. And you just can't, I don't know how else to put it. But he will hug and kiss up and suck up to whoever he can to have this political career all over the damn place. That's him at the pro-Israel events. Oh, Massa loves you. That's him. Don't be like Byron. Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.